What's up, everybody? We're back. It's another week of totally inappropriate team sports, or as we call it, hashtag tits. I'm your host, Cheeseman, joined along with, as always, by.
Voice of Generation, Smart Wahlberg.
Lean?
And Maddie Icing.
So, how was you guys this week? Matt, you feeling better from your COVID?
It's weird. No, I'm feeling like worse than I did after like third day. I went,
No.
I went up. I was doing really well, and like starting yesterday, I just started to go back downhill. Probably too. I went to work today, so I had to yell at kids all day. So that's probably why.
Matt's spitting. I don't like you. I hope you're not here the rest of the week. Yeah, I think I might have got the COVID. I don't know. My throat got sore like, a little bit. What's up, Scott? Shout out to Craig too. I know you're out there. Shout out to Bobby Anthem.
Yeah,
But
got COVID. I never got COVID, but I did get autism from the vaccine, so that's pretty dope.
Now the fiance ended up with she ended up testing positive for the COVID after we got back from Ohio. And
I
then
know.
my throat was a little sore, but nothing bad. I didn't bother. My initial test was negative, and then like 2 days later, I had a bit of a sore throat. Like, well, I'm not going out to get another test because fuck it, who cares? I'm not even working right now, so what's it matter? I'm staying home anyway. And baby, she's had a runny nose and a cough, but her doctor didn't feel worried enough to even test her, lazy bitch. So she didn't get a fucking test either. But seems to be doing a little bit better. Fiance is pretty much better now. She's just tired. And yeah, other than having a little bit of a sore throat for a day, I've been fine. I blame Ohio.
Yeah.
We went down to Ohio. We all got sick. It's fucking Ohio's fault.
It's crazy how fast it changed. Because I felt perfect Saturday morning. I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. And then got to Ohio. A couple hours later, I was like, oh man.
Said Ohio, Eric, gotcha.
the, the meth laced air of
Well, we now know our final four in the NCAA tournament. We each started off with 16 teams. Now that we're in the final four, we each still have one team. How about that? So that was pretty sweet. I was like, I'll be damned. Like, I said, it's very, very small chance that each of us have a team in the final four, but it worked out that way. Luke only had one team going into this weekend. Luckily for him, it was UConn. UConn fucking destroyed anybody they played so far.
What is the fucking coincidence? What are the odds that even just in like a college basketball, we just all pick teams just based on luck of a draw, and random Luke's team still fucking crushes my hopes and dreams? Every sport, every time, every year, it just never fucking fails.
Well, he gets a chance to do it again because it's UConn versus Purdue.
No, it's UConn versus Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Purdue versus NC State.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I just like how
starting players will all get hurt.
It'll probably be UConn versus Purdue in the championship.
nah, it's gonna be UConn versus NC State. I just like how the only team I got left is a fucking 11 seed. All right, cool. And even then, I just got that because I didn't want to pick Kentucky, and I let him fall to Matt. Matt's like, NC State's still out there. I'm like, yeah, I'll take NC State. And here I sit with just NC State. I'm just so happy it's not Duke. Fuck Duke. So yeah, it's gonna be me and Smark facing off. My NC State versus his Purdue, and Luke's UConn versus Matt's Alabama, which I would have never guessed Alabama to make it to the Final Four. Like I would have said, there's a better chance NC State makes it to the Final Four than Alabama, and Alabama's a 4 seed. But here we are. And the championship game will be on Monday, so we'll get to figure out who's playing in the championship game and talk shit while it's going on air next week, probably. We'll see. I don't know. I might end up back at Jets. I haven't gotten any calls back on any of the other offers, and Jets still wants me to come back. I just don't know what the schedule is going to be like yet, so we'll see.
Right.
But yeah, as it stands now, should be interesting. Like I said last week, I feel like UConn's going to win it all, and I feel even more confident in that prediction after this last weekend.
How the fuck do you go on a 30-0 run?
It's the
I don't know.
soft spots are smart.
I started watching the game because at the halftime it was like a 2-point game. I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's right on. Got a chance. And then I look and it's like fucking 25-2 run. And it's, jeez.
It's like I forgot the game was on. I seen Smark's message like, "Okay, UConn, we get it." And then the gif of the stop, he's already dead. Like, oh. Of course, it was Illinois, the one Smart really wanted it to win.
Like, I didn't actually think they were going to win, but my God, they got stomped the fuck out. And then it also was a double whammy because it made me feel old, too, because it's like, oh, the first time in 19 years that they're going to be playing in the Elite Eight. And it's like, fuck, I remember that team shit. That was the D. Brown, Darren Williams team that made it to the finals and then fucking lost to North Carolina in the championship game. That also sucked.
Yeah, Illinois went in the locker room at halftime and pulled a P. Diddy and disappeared.
Ooh, that would have been better if they like fucking bombed UConn soccer.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Not really much to talk about with it. Like I said, we got our final four teams. Nothing too shocking other than NC State being an 11 seed, but the teams they played were garbage. Matt's been crying about Houston losing their best player.
Duke was going to lose so bad. It was going to be so glorious, but no. Someone had to go spill some water on the floor and try to kill that man.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, if one of my teams wins, I'll have to go out and buy one of their hats. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I have Duke, and they're still in it. Come on, NC State. Come on, NC State. Cannot buy a Duke hat. Bad enough I have a UNC hat. I'm not buying a Duke hat. Fuck that. All right, well, let's get into something we surprisingly haven't done all off season. Oh, sorry.
Before we get on to that, just a very quick question: Who do you guys think is going to sign Jake Bates? The kicker just made 64-yard field goals back to back.
He's already visiting the Lions.
And fucking that thing had 5 yards through. That would have been good from 70.
He's visiting the Lions, but he's probably going to turn down their $10 contract offer. Cheap bastard. Oh, Cam Sutton turned himself in too, speaking of the Lions.
Yeah. So. Got charged on a misdemeanor.
Let's hope the police department down there can lock him up better than he locks up receivers.
Nope, he's already out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's just as bad.
But
equal
you got
play.
Racy Rice trying to be like Henry Ruggs, minus the killing part.
Well, at least it was minus the killing part.
And then he did a little Cam Sutton and ran from the cops, and now they're still looking for him.
Oh, awesome. What the fuck is wrong with these stupid motherfuckers? You played this game all your life to get to the pros and make money and a career out of it, and no, I'm just gonna fuck it up. Just keep fucking up.
Well, he crashed his Corvette and leaves it there like they can't trace the license plate. Like, that'll get him.
Yeah.
I look forward to him receiving a lesser fucking suspension than he would have been gambling.
A statement came out 4 hours ago saying that Rashid Rice is now cooperating.
As in, he's like, yeah, I might come in and turn myself in.
Yeah, that was me. I had to go get my guns out there because they're not registered. And my drugs in the bag.
Yeah. I was dazed from the accident and didn't know what I was doing. Oh, okay. Well, just give us this fine and you're all set.
I play that foosball. I've been hitting the head too many times. It's CTE.
Listen, I was entirely too drunk to realize how fast I was going.
Yeah.
My number's blurred. I thought it was 10, not 100. Sorry, officer. I guess too. There's a RIP to Vontae Davis too.
Yeah. 35 is no fucking age.
Wait, what?
Vontae
I didn't
Davis
even hear
died.
what that one.
Vontae David, the former Dolphins and Bills cornerback, the one that famously retired at halftime during a game.
Ah, yes.
He passed away today.
Oh shit! Hey, I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, I found him
Like,
unresponsive in his room.
Well, yeah, you're usually never responsible if you're fucking dead. So. You all right in there? No, I'm dead. What the fuck? I wonder how the hell that happened. What kind of drugs are in his system? How many steroids was he taking in the league? I was coming to find out I just choked to death on a ham sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh shit,
Just
Mama
like-
Cass. All right, well, speaking of the NFL, we haven't done a mock draft all off season. Normally we would have done one by now, and then like it dawned on me, like, fuck, the draft's right around the corner. We still haven't done one. So I was like, we should do one. But then I didn't want to sit here and fucking go back and forth and rattle through an entire fucking draft each. Because like we end up picking the same in a lot of shit, or we don't, and it just takes for fucking ever. So I had the idea. There's 32 drafts, or 32 draft picks. There's 4 of us. That's 8 picks each. So I went back and looked at our records for the NFL season. Smart finished last, which was surprising. I forgot that last week was so bad with the prop bets that it actually dropped him below Luke Birch. Works out for him in this scenario, though, because that means Smart gets the 1st, 5th, 9th, 13th, and so on picks in the draft. Luke Birch, for finishing second to last, now gets the second picks, or the second pick. You can fill it the fuck in. Luke's going second. I'm going third, and Matt's going last because he's a winner. So we're gonna go back and forth. There will be no trades in this because we didn't speak of them beforehand, unless someone's gonna do one spur of the moment, but I doubt it. So I guess with that being said, Mark Wahlberg with the Chicago Bears. You were on the clock.
Well, now isn't that fancy? All right. So I know what they're probably going to do, but let me tell you one thing here. We're talking about the Bears. We're talking about a tough, hard-nosed team, historically
J.J. McCarthy.
defensive. A lot of heart. There will be absolutely no room for fucking pink phone cases and soft, subtle lips and fingernails that are well manicured in this caramel skin temptress. We're gonna have none of that as a damn dance game. Yeah, just kidding. Give me Caleb Williams.
I said we get a swerve right at the beginning. Nope, guess not.
Listen, he wins the Super Bowl. He can fuck me in the ass in midfield. I don't care what the fuck that man does.
Chili dog me right there in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, Caleb Williams is off the board. That means we move to our number 2 pick. I probably should have wrote down all the teams. Oh, they're on the fucking board already. I
The
see now.
commies.
Small, yeah. Luke Birch with the Washington Commanders is on the clock.
With the second overall pick, I don't think it's very surprising. The Washington Commanders take Drake May, quarterback, North Carolina.
You're damned. It's a little surprising because that's who I had for my pick with the next selection. But that's okay. I got a backup written down just in case.
I feel like Magic Johnson's a Jaden Daniels kind of guy.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking he was going to take, but he didn't. So now that I'm on the clock with the 3rd overall pick for the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots select Jaden Daniels, quarterback. Fuck, I forgot what school is he.
LSU.
LSU, that's it. I was about to say UNC, and like, no, that was Drake May.
All right,
All
looks
right.
like it puts the Cardinals on the pick. This is where telephone's ringing. Minnesota? Nah, no. 2 firsts are gonna cut it. We want at least 3.
Yeah,
No,
you ain't
okay.
getting it.
Okay, that's fine. You waffle you motherfuckers. With that,
Mm,
this pick goes out to Chi-Town. We were drafting Marvin. Oh wait, with the 4th pick overall. Out of the Ohio State, give us Marvin Harrison Jr.
Smart just died a little inside.
He did.
mhm.
Sorry,
I mean, I
Smart,
was
but
going to offer him these hypothetical 31st round picks, but I feel like I might as well just actually prepare myself for when this actually does happen. And I have to deal with the fact that the fucking Cardinals took the player I want.
we had to let Kyler Murray ruin him somehow. Okay.
And then this is true. Let's see. All right, we're going to keep the trend of wide receivers going because with the 5th pick, the Chargers select. There we go, Malik Neighbors, wide receiver at LSU.
That means 6th pick, Luke Birch, is now on the clock.
And with the 6th pick, the New Jersey Giants select Rome Aduze, wide receiver, Washington.
Damn, wide receivers just flying off the board. All right. Now that puts me on the clock at number 7 with Tennessee. And with the 7th overall pick in the first round, the Tennessee Titans select Joe Alt, offensive tackle, Notre Dame.
Oh, that puts me on the clock. I feel like I should trade with myself here.
I didn't think about that. Guess we could trade within our picks.
I'm not going to do it, but I realistically think that at this point, this is how it's playing out. My phone would be off the hook, and who is it? It's the Denver Broncos giving me whatever I possibly want, plus a couple dangerous sandwiches for that pick. But with the 8th overall pick, the Atlanta Falcons will be selecting Alabama edge rusher Dallas Turner.
Bye-bye, Dallas. All right. 9th pick. We jump back over to Smart Wahlberg.
That's right. Okay, so this is unfortunately a very likely scenario, which I'm also going to brace myself for this happening. I think if this is how it is actually going, we would probably trade down. I would hope, but since, like you said, that's not happening this time around, reluctantly, the Bears are going to select. And I hope this is said exactly like this on the TV, since it's easily the most Samoan name I've ever heard. We're just going with the offensive tackle from Penn State. I'm not even going to try Fashanu.
This guy.
Oregon State.
This guy.
No. Fucking Penn State. Ulala mama wama haba huba shaba Fashanu.
Okay.
OF. If you don't accept that, I'll just fucking take Brock Bowers. It's your choice, really.
No, I get you. I accept it, even if Luke can't find it this thing.
Offensive
I think
tackle. I mean, I can spell it out for you. OLU.
Hang on. What? Hang on. I'm going to have to refresh and just rush through the ones we've done so far.
In the name
My
of
bad.
God, could I just take Brock Bowers? Because I feel like that could actually happen.
Nope.
I feel like I should have just taken Brock Bowers. I was leaning on it. It
It's
doesn't
our
make a
own-
lot of sense because the Bears already have 2 tight ends, but I mean, it's not like the fucking Chargers one's going to be there for very long. He's probably just this year's version of Robert Tonyan, if we're being honest.
No, Luke's already going through and redoing it.
Can you read? Wait, no, there's an error there. You have Marvin Harrison with the Cardinals.
Just wishes it was an error.
I don't want to root against him, but there's a part of me that would actually be kind of happy if he did turn out to be a bust, just out of pure spite and jealousy. Unless they do end up getting him, and then that prophecy becomes true.
So, who was it again?
Goddamn, I could literally not pronounce his name. Fashanu?
Just
Ohio,
spell it.
Penn State. Olum.
This one.
Yep. Looks like Penn State to me.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
All right, now Luke's on the
Wait.
clock with the 9th pick or 10th pick. Whatever.
With the 10th overall pick, the New Jersey Jets select Halise Fuwaka.
Fuwaka.
Tackle, Oregon State.
Well, that puts me on the clock at number 11 with the Minnesota Vikings. And with the 11th overall pick in the first round, the Minnesota Vikings select quarterback J.J. McCarthy, University of Michigan.
Gay.
Yeah.
I really hope they do. It's going to be great. Imagine
Yeah.
drafting another Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, say it's not who I would draft, but I'm just drafting who I think they would draft. So that's what we're doing here.
I honestly wouldn't be
Fucking-
surprised if those motherfuckers traded up to do that.
Yeah.
I see them trading up to number 4, but then again, we didn't have a quarterback go after 4, so yeah, they would still end up with J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, you have no idea how fucking excited I would be if the Cardinals traded away that 4th pick, and then all of a sudden just fucking the Chargers falling right.
It was difficult to find a fucking mock draft that didn't have the Cardinals trading that 4th pick to Minnesota.
Yeah, they probably will trade that 4th pick, but then I think Chargers are taking Marvin Harrison Jr. no matter what.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is not anti-Semitic, unlike Marvin Harrison Jr. You heard it here first. I have reliable sources.
Like Jim
Jim's
Harbaugh's
got to
right now-
recover.
Harbaugh's like doing everything he can to make sure that 4 quarterbacks go so he can get Marvin Harrison. Yeah, JJ is just the greatest thing ever. Jesus himself.
It'd be great if he drafted JJ to be a backup. It's because he's a fucking slap for Michigan.
JJ, we just need you to hand the ball off, okay?
Yeah. You're not allowed to throw.
All right, so I guess that puts Denver on the clock.
Yep. 12th overall pick.
All right, with the 12th overall pick, this one's really tough, but I feel like Denver is in that we have to do something now. So with that, they're selecting quarterback from Washington, Michael Penix Jr.
Damn, that's a fucking reach and a half.
Yeah, fucking right.
Can you name their quarterback right now?
No,
Jared
but I mean,
Stidham.
Yeah.
still, I feel like I'd have went with Bo Nix ahead of fucking Penix.
Something tells me that Denver are just going to punt away the season, go 2-15, and take their guy next year.
I don't know, because they traded all that draft capital, or they traded draft capital to get Sean Payton. So like they're like, hey, we have to win now. We gotta get these wins. So why not get a quarterback that is a seasoned? When I
Right.
mean seasoned, I mean a smoker who smokes like a carton a day seasoning food. That
All right. That puts Mark Wahlberg back on the clock with the 13th overall pick.
Mhm. Let's see. I don't think it's necessarily in their needs per se, but I feel like if he's still available, I feel like the Raiders are just going to go best player available. So instead of making another attempt at pronouncing a Samoan name, I'm just going to go ahead and do what I should have done before and take Brock Bowers.
I can see that.
Got it in before the draft, Town.
That'd be a nice pickup though for the Raiders, because then you're looking at Devontae Adams, Myers, and Bowers.
Watching Luke scroll. Where the fuck is this guy?
Oh. With the 14th overall pick, the Saints reach to fuck. And select Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver, LSU.
Not BTJ. Wide receiver.
See, I don't think that's a reach though. I think I could see that. He's a really good receiver.
I could see them taking him if they were to trade down, but I do think 14 would be a reach.
I mean, I don't know, because the Colts could take him right there too. Because the Colts don't really have anybody. But I mean, you're talking about a 6'3" wide receiver who ran like what, 4.39, 4.34.
Speaking of the Colts, they're on the clock. And with the 15th overall pick in the first round of the draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Cooper DeJean, cornerback, Iowa University. DeJean, I don't know.
Cooper DeJean, I think.
Vegine.
Right.
Dude gonna fucking bust out. Fucking when would the last guy, a white guy, played quarterback while in the NFL?
I feel like we've done this before. This probably came up last year. We're like,
So
I don't know. I can think of safeties.
I can't even find the guy that you named. While looking through the quarterbacks list on PFA, I found out that there's a player that played for Louisville named Storm Duck.
Your mic's quiet as shit.
Didn't hear a word of that.
I mean, I can make out a little bit of it.
Move on.
There you go.
Very good. Let's move on.
With the 16th overall pick, the Seattle Seahawks are freaking out, saying, oh my God, this guy's still here. I can't believe it. They're selecting out of University of Notre Dame tackle Joel Alt.
No, I took Joe Alt to the 7th overall pick.
Okay, I missed that part.
Yeah, Alt is a Tennessee Titan.
Luke, scroll the players a little bit. Okay, I got it. With the 16th pick, they're taking out of UCLA edge rusher Latu.
Oh, shit. Okay. Hopefully the other guy I had picked as a backup is still going to be there. Oh, what's up, Dirk? Dirk says, someone draft Kool-Aid. It's a little early for that, Dirk. True North, what's up? So wait a minute. New Orleans still has an NFL team? Since when? I mean, they're still there. They don't win anything anymore. They're waiting for another hurricane to make them relevant. All right, well, that puts Mark Wahlberg on the clock.
Mm-hmm. And from hurricane to
There goes your mic again.
I'm really going to have to lean against the fucking microphone the entire time. This is a bitch.
Maybe.
Fucking man. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Nope. All right.
Fucked.
I've been great if you hit the button for the fucking drop right when I was doing it. Anywho, can you hear me? Are we good?
Yep.
That is fair.
So we're going from hurricane to cocaine because it's time for old Tony Khan's team.
No, Jacksonville Jaguars.
We're going to be taking Terry and Arnold, cornerback Alabama.
Where did I have him? I swear I had him written down somewhere. I guess not. Oh wait, yeah, I did. I was going to take him with Minnesota if JJ was already gone. So it doesn't affect me. Changes nothing in my draft. Sweet. Luke Birch.
With the 18th pick, the Cincinnati Bengals select Jazan Newton, defensive tackle, Illinois.
Good. I was worried about this one. I am now on the clock with the 19th overall pick for the Los Angeles Rams. And with that 19th overall pick, the Los Angeles Rams will select Byron Murphy II, defensive lineman, University of Texas.
All right, that puts the Steelers on the clock. Luke, can you show me some offensive linemen? I don't want to make another mistake. Let's go O tackle. Yeah. Okay. So with the 20th overall pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers select wide receiver. No, I'm just fine. Tackle Troy out of Washington. Troy, yeah, that guy. Troy the Rock.
Boy, that guy.
I thought for sure you were going to take J.C. Latham out of Bama. As soon as you said offensive tackle, I'm like, shit. All right, that puts Smack Wahlberg on the clock again.
And we're keeping the cocaine theme going because we got Miami.
All right. Florida loves the cocaine.
Indeed. So, anyways, I'm saying we're going to go ahead and pick this guy mainly because I just sort of enjoy saying his name. But the Miami Dolphins will be selecting Jackson Powers Johnson, center from Oregon.
That is a fun one to say.
Eagles are crying right now. Got to
Fucking
replace
Eagles.
Kelsey somehow.
Yeah. All right, Luke Birch.
With the 22nd overall pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select Kool-Aid McKinstry,
Damn.
quarterback, Alabama.
There you go, Dirk. Hope you're happy. I call him Duke.
Can the Lions trade up right now?
Nope. Minnesota's not looking to trade. So Minnesota's on the clock. That's me. I hope this guy's still there. I'm pretty sure he is. With the 23rd overall pick in the first round of the NFL draft, the Minnesota Vikings select cornerback Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. It was going to be Kool-Aid. Luckily, I had a backup written there. And that does
All right,
it for
I
the
just want the
Minnesota
Lions.
Vikings.
I want the Lions to get Mitchell. We're just going to trade whatever you want. No.
Yeah.
All right, this is probably one of the hardest picks because it's Jerry Jones, and we never know what this guy's going to do.
True.
Hang on, I'm just trying to go back over everybody who'd still be there.
Yeah. So, yeah, sit here with fingers crossed, hoping that fucking.
All right. The pick is now in. With the 24th overall pick, the Dallas Cowboys are selecting tackle from Alabama, J.C. That
J.C.
guy.
Latham.
Latham, there it is. This is really
So-
hard to do from memory.
That's the one I thought you were going to pick last time when you were looking for an offensive tackle. Like, oh, there goes JC. All right. This is Mark Wahlberg. You're back on the clock.
Hey, I sure am. How about that?
Oh, he's picking for Green Bay. Like I said, no sabotage. You can't pick a punter here.
Oh, I can pick anything I darn well please.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
Well, I don't know how Luke actually feels about it, but I was going to say that he kind of sabotaged himself because I was thinking that Kool-Aid would be available at this point, and that's who I was going to take. Don't know how he feels about him, but since he's not on the board anymore, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next cornerback available. We're going Kenyon Mitchell, cornerback to lead.
Meh.
Good. If I made Luke unhappy with that pick, that's also a bonus. I mean, it probably could have just went with another fucking linebacker. That's what you guys usually tend to do.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
With the 26th overall pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Jared Verse, edge rusher, Florida State.
Thank God. I only had one more name written down for this team because all the other guys I was going to pick for him are gone. And if this guy got picked, I was going to be completely fucked. But I am now on the clock at number 27 with Arizona. And with the 27th pick in the first round of the draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Chop Robinson, edge rusher, Penn State.
This draft is playing out terrible for the Lions.
Hey, they're on the clock now, aren't they?
Nope.
No.
Oh,
Who's the second
Buffalo
team
and
in
then
this?
Buffalo and then Detroit.
Oh, okay. That's right. I forgot Smart has the fucking Lions pick.
Oh, my phone's going off. Todd. You won't believe it, but the pick is in. With the 28th overall pick, the Buffalo Bills are taking Texas wide receiver Adonai Mitchell.
So he just got picked, but that was Quinn Mitchell. Okay. Now the Lions and Smart Wahlberg are on the clock.
Indeed, they are.
Just pick for every NFC North team, why don't you, Smart?
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't. I took the two Minnesota picks.
Yeah.
Nobody wants the two Minnesota picks. Minnesota's doing just a fine enough job of making a mockery out of themselves as on their own.
Yep.
Luke played the thing.
The fucking song.
There we go. There we go. All right. With the 29th pick, I almost said Minnesota Vikings. Detroit Lions select, man, who do you want? Hurry up.
I don't even know who's there. Luke, scroll. Faster.
We're going to stop doing nice things for you if you're going to keep fucking it up in these ways.
All right.
Jeez, who do you want?
All right.
Shit.
What's that center's name from Virginia? Zach.
Virginian Center. Oh.
Luke passed him.
Zach Frazier.
Yep.
Zach Frazier, there it is. He'd be a nice
There we
guy.
go. Completely independent of any outside input, the Detroit Lions select Zach Frazier.
Good pick, Smart.
Good job, Smark. You know, Frank Ragnow's probably going to retire after next year. So
It's not a bad idea.
That's what I was thinking. That guy I've never heard of is about to retire.
Probably should look to see who the top safety available is. Since we ain't
Tyler
fucking signed
Newburn.
anybody.
Taylor Newburn.
You don't need a safety. They need a corner.
Well, it seems to be the philosophy of the Baltimore Ravens to go with psycho speed or psycho strength in offensive skill positions. So with the 30th pick, the Baltimore Ravens select Xavier Worthy, wide
There you go.
receiver, Texas.
Thank Christ. I only had 2 names written down for my next pick, and one of them's gone. So I was like, "Come on, Luke, don't pick him."
He sounds like a Chiefs player.
Not anymore. Matt's going to change up his last pick now. 31st on the clock. Me with San Francisco. And with the 31st overall pick in the first round of the NFL draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Darius Robinson, edge rusher, Missouri. Yay.
All right, and then with the 32nd overall pick to end the first round, the Kansas City Chiefs will just take the best available player right now, a big behemoth of a man. Tackle from the great college of Georgia, Amirius Mims.
I feel like Matt just seen that was on the screen and said, "Yeah, give me him."
No, he's a really good tackle, but I wanted a receiver first. But I mean, why don't you give Patrick Mahomes a little more time in that pocket?
Okay.
You're talking about a dude who's like 6'8", 350 or something, like ridiculous. Just a walking refrigerator.
Then William Perry.
Yeah, brother.
All right. Well, there you have it. There's our first round mock draft done with our own little tits spin. Okay, there's the game. All right.
Just scroll very quickly through the results.
Ain't nobody looking at it. Just listening to us.
This is really good for an audio.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there is video. I just doubt many people are looking at it.
Yeah.
Now that Smark and Box aren't on YouTube anymore, I don't have to look at them. I just listen to them on Mixler. That's nice.
Now, out of all
Really
that,
not sure how I feel about the phrase "have to look at them."
Out of all that work, we probably got 2, maybe 3 right.
Yeah, we'll see.
See, I feel like we compensate well for each other because I have a small nose and a big everything else, and you can go ahead and finish the rest of that sentence.
That's how Box you said that. I almost
I'm pretty
thought
sure
about.
I've yelled.
Yeah, I almost thought about
I was gonna say,
commenting
I'm
that
pretty
on your
sure
guys' last show. Like, make sure you tune in, Box. There's all kinds of anti-Semitism.
I'm pretty sure I've actually blamed him for like the weather before, so it's like
It's your fault. You and your people did this. All right. Well, you guys ready to jump into the NHL now?
Let's do it.
So excited.
We'll start off with the teams. All of our teams we've drafted. We've kept track of the wins throughout the season, compiled the totals to make sure we know that Smark is in last place with 112.
Thanks
Luke
for
Birch
nothing.
now fallen to third place by himself at 126. Matty Icing moving up to second place with 127. I remain at first with 138, now 11 ahead, and the season's getting closer to the end. I might win this.
Oh, we
Watch, I
better
get
do a
fucked
redraft.
in the playoffs. Yeah. We never did do the fucking swap picks again, but now I figured the season almost over. What's the point? Well, not swap picks, but swap out teams. You know what I mean? So that brings us around to our main records with the NHL. I guess we'll run through last week's games. We had Boston taking on Florida. Florida was favored by 1.5. Smark and Matt take Boston. Smark and Matt take the win.
Always go with
Next-
your cousin.
Yeah, that's what I
The Tennessee mod.
get. Fuck Tennessee. Yeah, I got upset with Tennessee earlier this week. I said, fuck them. They're at the fucking top of my list now. Florida has now moved to second most hated state. Tennessee, what the fuck is wrong with you? There was a fucking search
So-
for a missing autistic kid that had to be called off because the volunteers were getting death threats. Who's calling in death threats to people volunteering to find a lost autistic kid?
Well, see, the interesting
kidnapper.
thing about this, exactly. The interesting thing about finding autistic kids in Tennessee is we just have another autistic kid try to find them, like pick up the scent. We just rub like a T-shirt in front of its nose and just send it out.
Boo! Boo! Oh, he's got something.
Yeah, Mhm. If they
No,
end
it's
up
just
finding them,
nonverbal.
they get a free puzzle if they find them.
Yeah, what the fuck kind of ass backward shit is that? Like, how the hell do you give somebody a death threat that's volunteering to find a lost child? It's fucking ridiculous.
We actually banned a book because they tried to teach kids about the Holocaust. That was pretty cool too.
Didn't happen. It's made up.
Mhm.
The universe was created millions and millions of years ago by the big God theory.
I was actually thinking about that. The Mountain Dew.
Yep. If you look at the bones of a Jesusaurus Rex, you can tell that it was. Oh, what the hell? I can't remember how it goes. It's a Seth MacFarlane skit.
And
Probably
very,
from Family Guy.
very old.
Family Guy.
I couldn't remember. Sometimes I think it's Family Guy, and it was Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade cartoon comedy.
Nah,
Nobody out there has seen that. Watch that. That's a good one.
It was definitely Family Guy because I remember the episode. It was the one where
Oh yeah, Peter becomes a
tried to become
redneck.
a redneck.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's in like witness protection or something.
No, he's just they go to the blue collar comedy special, and he sees that. He's like, oh, I want to be a redneck. And he's driving around his redneck truck, and he has to take Quagmire to work at the airport, and then he tries to put jet fuel in his truck because he thinks he can fly.
Now, see, I was thinking about the episode where they like move to the south for a minute, and Chris ends up falling in love with this girl, but he thinks he's a dude at first. And all that shit.
Yeah, it's in Texas because they tell Peter they're going to execute him. In Texas, we execute the retarded. I can sit here and talk Family Guy all night, but we're not here for that. Back to the NHL. Philadelphia Flyers took on the New York Rangers. Oh, wait, I skipped the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins.
That's okay.
Right. Carolina was favored by 1.5. We all took Carolina, and Pittsburgh fucked us all again. I hate the Penguins. Fuck the Pittsburgh Penguins, sons of bitches. We all take the L. Next game, Philadelphia taking on the New York Rangers. Rangers favored by 1.5. Scott says he loves Family Guy too. Scott, we need to do a Family Guy podcast. Rangers are favored by 1.5. You all took the Rangers. I took Philly because Philly just covers. That's what they do. That's all they do, and they did it again this time. I alone take the win. Thank you, Philadelphia. Next, Detroit taking on Washington. Washington favored by 1.5. Smark went alone with Washington. Smark went alone with the loss. I mean, Washington won the game, but only won. So, like, we all lost, really. Detroit pretty much falls out of the playoffs at that point. Smark doesn't get a point, but I guess at least the rest of us do. After that, we had New Jersey taking on Toronto. Toronto favored by 1.5. Luke took Toronto. So did Smark. The Luke and Toronto not getting along thing remains. Me and Matt pick up the point with New Jersey. Thank you, Luke Toronto curse. Vegas taking on Nashville. Nashville favored by 1.5. We all went with Nashville because they've been playing pretty good, and Las Vegas has been in the shitter. Las Vegas decides, I'm going to bounce back and fuck all of you. Nobody gets a point. Vegas is on a run now, if you guys haven't noticed. Motherfuckers moving back up in the standings. After that, Edmonton taking on Winnipeg. Winnipeg favored by 1.5. We all went with the Oilers. We all take the win. Thank God. We were either going to be helped by a Canadian team or fucked by a Canadian team, and I'm glad it was helped. Speaking of Canadian teams, Calgary Flames giving up 1.5 to Chicago. We all went with Calgary because Chicago sucks. Here comes Canada to fuck us. I don't even think Calgary picked up the win. I'm pretty sure Chicago beat them pretty handily.
They sure did. Yeah. Great young team.
Great young team. Montreal taking on Colorado. Colorado favored by 1.5. We all went with Colorado. We all went with the loss. I forgot Montreal's good at covering. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. I knew that going into the game, but for some reason I said, give me Colorado. And so did the rest of us. Well, none of us get anything. It's disappointment. Fucking Matt's team. Anaheim taking on Seattle. Seattle favored by 1.5. We all went with the Ducks, except for Matt. Matt took Seattle. I think we all just like the Ducks a little too much and let them fuck us too much because that's what happened. Matt alone picks up the win with Seattle.
I'm pretty sure I picked Seattle on that one because I was like, I don't want us all to go together too.
Yeah, and instead you just fucking further spread your fucking win margin right now, your lead.
I would like to thank G for providing me with a very interesting visual that I will be spending the rest of my night thinking of.
Yeah.
Just being forcibly fucked by a duck.
You've heard of fuck a duck? Well, this time duck fucks you.
just take the bread, please. Take the bread.
Oh, I'm gonna butter your bread, motherfucker. Yeah. All right. Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Arizona Cardinals. God damn it. The Arizona Coyotes. Coyotes favored by 1.5. Luke went alone with Arizona. Luke goes alone with the win. Son of a bitch.
It's an even better visual if you picture the Oregon mascot, but with like a dick hole cut into the mascot.
Donald Duck with a horse dick.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, here comes his Uncle Scrooge. You're getting a double pounding.
Uncle Scrooge.
Yeah, Uncle Scrooge.
Don't let Catherine the Great anywhere near that.
Right. Oh no, here comes his fucking nephews, Spewy and Jewy and Gooey.
Chewy. It's a bit balmy in here.
Last game, we had the Dallas Stars giving up 1.5. Dallas giving up 1.5 to the San Jose Sharks. I went alone with San Jose. I'm a dumbass. Dallas actually fucking covers a game for once this year and gives all you fuckers a point.
Why, thank you, Scott.
Luke's making a history references like the rest of us are going to get it. At least the chat understands. Meanwhile, the three of us are like, we can't understand you. Stay in your country. So, winner on the week. God, this is a bad week. We were having a couple good weeks, and then this week happened. Matty Icing at 6-6 is your winner. Me and Luke tie at 4-8. Mark Wahlberg 3-9. Overall, Matty Icing, big lead, 101-89. Luke Birch, 5 games behind at 96-94. Mark Wahlberg, 1 behind him, now at 500 at 95-95. And I am in last and now 10 games below 500, 11 from the lead at 90-100. I think I'm fucked. Let the fucking continue. Get off me, duck. First game, 47-22-5. Florida Panthers giving up 1.5 as they travel to Montreal to take on the 28, 33-12 Canadians. Said Florida was a hot team. I went with them last week over Boston. They fucked me. Montreal, not great at winning. Pretty solid at covering. Give me the Montreal Canadiens. Mark Wahlberg.
I really shouldn't follow you after you just said that you're like 10 games away from under 500, but I'll go Montreal too.
Luke Birch.
I'll actually. Is this in Montreal or in Florida?
It's in Montreal. It's in Canada.
Okay then. Give me Montreal.
Matty Icing.
I was too busy watching the women's basketball game. What was the spread?
Florida favored by 1.5
Watch.
over Montreal. In Montreal.
I feel like Montreal should be the one favorite, so I'll take Florida.
What's the score to that game right now, anyway?
Oh, the women's basketball? It is
Mhm.
over. Caitlin Clark dropped 41 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds, 9 for 23 pointers, and they won by a lot.
Wow. How the fuck is it over already?
I think it
Didn't it
was
start at like 7:30?
83-96.
Damn. All right.
And then she punched Angela Reese in the face and said, "What now, bitch?"
And then somehow Reese went to prison.
You broke that right girl's face.
Yeah. All right. Next game, the 36-27-10. Fuck you, Washington Capitals taking on the 35-35-5 Buffalo Sabres. Sabres favored by 1.5. I can't stand Washington. I'm wearing the Buffalo hat, so give me Buffalo. Mark Wahlberg.
I'm going to go ahead and ask you for that spread again. You just actually made me think about with the whole punch of the face thing. It's the old school wrestling. Do you remember like the old school wrestling racism back in the 80s where just for whatever reason it became canonical fact that blacks and Samoans had hard heads, so you like couldn't headbutt them?
Oh yeah. I remember that. It wasn't even that long ago. Like that was in the early 90s. The fucking the headhunters or whatever. You couldn't fucking touch them in the head.
Wild Samoans, all that shit. What was the spread though?
Buffalo at home favored by 1.5 over Washington.
Buffalo at home 1.5. Washington. Give me Washington, please.
All right. Luke Birch.
I hate to have to do this, but I've got to go with Jim's Washington Capitals.
Gross.
What an idiot.
Matty Icing.
And with that, I mean, cheese, because he was just all by himself with those Buffalo Sabres going up against the red hot Washington Caps.
Washington Caps can eat a dick.
They
I don't even care if I lose this game. I'm 11 games out of first place. Who gives a fuck? I'm just gonna pick against who I don't like. Speaking of the 32-30-11 Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the 36-34-4 New Jersey Devils. Devils favored by 1.5. Give me the motherfucking drop.
The devil.
Exactly. Fuck Pittsburgh. Mark Wahlberg.
I am just going to go ahead and echo the same exact sentiments. Give me the drop, please.
The devil.
Luke Birch.
The devil.
Bobby's mom is busy tonight. Matty Icing.
I'll go alone.
Great. Matt on his own with Pittsburgh. God, I hope that one bites him in the ass. Even more than the Florida pick at the beginning. Next game, we got the talented young team, the 22-47-5 Chicago Blackhawks taking on the 31-27-15 New York Islanders. Islanders favored by 1.5. I will take the Islanders. Mark Wahlberg.
All right. So as we all know, Blackhawks great young team. great young team. I'm going to go ahead and use cheese logic, and where I'm fucking already 5 or 6 points away from the lead. I'm not getting it. I don't know how many more opportunities I'm going to have to do this. So let's go Blackhawks.
All right. Scorched earth, motherfucker. Luke Birch.
I'll go with the team that didn't employ Brad Aldrich.
Who's that, Luke?
That'd be the Islanders.
That's what I thought, but I'm like, I'm just gonna mark it down and maybe I'll look it up later.
Like, joke's on you. I don't know who that is.
Right. Think I follow hockey that closely? Jesus.
Mhm.
Matty icing.
Team.
And I just want to apologize to Smark. Sorry, buddy. You're not going alone this week.
Matt taking Chicago as
Oh,
well.
there we go.
I
Red Wings
I-
just took the lead, baby.
Brad Aldrich, I think, was the motherfucker behind the whole sexual assault scandal back in the 2010s.
That was Dan Schneider. Oh wait, no, wrong thing.
Blackhawks playing without skates. That's wild. Guys, you're gonna catch frostbite just fucking playing barefoot on the hockey rink. What are you doing?
That's using your brain. All right, next game we got the 33-36-4 Ottawa Senators taking on the 35-29-9 Minnesota Wild. Wild favored by 1.5. I really don't like Ottawa. Minnesota's actually pretty good at covering anyway, so give me Minnesota. It's Mark Wahlberg.
I'm gonna go. Just trying to see if either one was playing tonight. I don't think either of them are. Give me Ottawa.
Ottawa for Smart. Over to Luke Birch.
Since I would support seeing Ottawa getting carpet bombed, give me Minnesota.
All right. And Matty icing.
I will take the Wild.
All right, now Smart gets to go on his own.
Sure.
All right, we only got 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Let's just hope they can do it.
Uh-oh.
What's the score currently?
3-2 with less than 2 minutes. The Wings just scored. So usually when they do that, that means they let the opposing team score within the next 30 seconds. So
if we make it to the minute and a half mark, we're in good shape.
I don't know enough about hockey. Can you not just keep the puck in your own end and just keep passing back and forth till they come down to you? Why not just eat up as much time as possible instead of let's race down and try to throw it in their side and see what we can do.
I mean, yeah, I guess that would be a good defensive maneuver, but at the same time, if you fucking turn it over, you're likely to give up a goal.
Well, that's what I mean. You know how they always get the one guy who stays behind the net and one to the left, one to the right. Just keep that going until
right.
The other team comes down and then just flip it up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, can't
Tampa
put it too
pulled their
far,
goalie.
obviously, otherwise you get the fucking icing call. But that's the other thing. If you can keep it in their zone and keep the pressure on, they can't pull their goalie and get that extra man either.
No, you
It
get real
depends on how you
4D
want to
with
play
this.
it.
You get real 4D with this shit. You have the goalie lay down on his side. You have another player lay on top of him. Another player lay on top of him. You're just all fucking laying on top of the goal.
Build the human wall.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the pile.
He's a brick wall.
That's right.
Speaking of goalies, this dude's not an NHL goalie or anything, but he's fucking funny as shit to watch. Look up Nick the Goalie on Facebook. He's got a bunch of videos on there. He's mic'd up. He's got a camera set up behind him. He's pretty fucking funny. He actually makes some pretty good saves too. He ended up at All-Star Week and shot a video with Connor McDavid. And he actually stopped a few of McDavid's fucking shots.
Empty netter, baby. Wings are up 2 goals now.
Sweet. I can't wait to see how we blow the playoffs now.
1 minute, 3 seconds to go. Sorry to hijack the episode. Keep going.
No problem. Next, the 43-17-15 Boston Bruins giving up 1.5 as they travel to Nashville to take on Smark's 43-27-4 Predators. I went against my cousins last week. I will not do that again this week.
Your cousin from Boston.
Sorry, cuz. Mark Wahlberg.
You know, this is kind of like the battle of racism. If you think about it, it's pretty interesting.
We got the
Yeah,
whiter
kinda-
team. No, we got the whiter team. We have whiter fans. No, we have whiter fans.
Exactly. Just both kind of like inaudible in terms of being able to understand anything it is they're saying. One talks fast, one talks slow. It's equally unclear. That being said, give me the drop, please.
Your cousin from Boston.
Luke Birch.
Your cousin from Boston.
And Matty Icing.
I'll take the catfish throwing team.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, cuz.
Might be the first time Matt has not picked the Boston Bruins since we've had the drop.
I
Go back and look. Right. So I'm saying, like, I think you picked them every single time they've come along.
The Chris Hansen, though, they're a close one there.
Uncomfortably close. Why don't you take a seat? Just have a seat.
I need to get a fucking Chris Hansen drop.
Yes.
Why don't you take a seat?
I'm Chris Hansen.
Get the one off fucking South Park. I'm Chris Hansen. You had to go all the way back to February 13th, the last time Matt picked against Boston.
13, a Chris Hansen kind of number.
Actually, the best one is the episode of the Boondocks they did called it's like the Booty Warrior, where like he pretends to be interested in a kid to get Chris Hansen there, and then Chris Hansen tries to stop him, and he ends up like fucking Chris Hansen. It's pretty amazing.
Fuck, I've seen a lot of episodes of Boondocks. I don't know how I missed that one.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
He calls him Chris Hansen. I remember that part.
I love the Boondocks. The show is so fucking well written.
I think the name of the episode. I think the name of the episode is A Date with the Booty Warrior. Yeah, season 3, episode 9.
Holy shit! Oh, Red Wings won. Tigers are up 2-0 in the top of the 10th. They had bases loaded, but I guess they just scored a guy. So now, guy in first and a guy in second.
And the Pistons lost.
Yeah, a game they were favored in too. But
no way. The Pistons were favored?
Zeb Jackson, he stepped up big. And if you don't know who Zeb Jackson is, he's a point guard from University of Michigan, better known as Xavier Simpson. Unless he's drunk driving a car, then it's Zeb Jackson when he gets pulled over by an Ann Arbor cop who's like, "Sir, I watch Michigan basketball. I know who you are."
And he's driving around in the AD's car, yeah, and the AD's like, no, it's fine. No problem.
It's my wife's car. He gives it to all of them.
My personal favorite alias is Ron Mexico.
Ron Mexico, we used that one.
Michael Vick. It was like, I don't know if it was like when he checked into hotels, or I think he like maybe went to a free clinic and gave him that name. I'll look it up.
It's when he adopted dogs.
The only way it could be better is if it was Ron Mexican. Sir, are you Mexican? No, I just had the last name.
Holy shit. 3-run homer by the Tigers.
Oh, let's see.
Who hit it? Let's see if I even know his name.
Carson Kelly.
Nope.
That's right. Who's your Tiger? Not that one.
I wonder if he's any relation to Donnie Kelly, baby. Donnie Kelly, baby! All right, we got 2 NHL games left. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so according to, let's see, Yahoo News, Ron Mexico is the pseudonym of Michael Vick, the former NFL star who was accused of having sex with a young woman and giving her herpes in 2005.
Michael Vick did not give that woman herpes. It was Ron Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Got the herpes. All right. 2 games to go. Let's finish this shit off. We got the 24, 47-4 Anaheim Ducks. Don't get fucked. Taking on the 34-5 Calgary Flames. Flames favored by 1.5. Isn't that who they played last week?
No,
No,
they
we just
played
did
the
it.
Kraken.
And the Kraken, that's right. I just remember Calgary fucked us, and I couldn't remember which game it was. All right. Yeah, Calgary fucked us when they played Chicago. That's right. They got their asses whipped by Chicago. So
Hell yeah. Great young team.
Anaheim should be able to whoop their ass then, right? Because Anaheim's roughly just Anaheim only has 2 more wins than Chicago at this point. That being said, give me Calgary. Mark Wahlberg.
That's right. Well, speaking of the Blackhawks, it's never too early to make the playoff push for next year. I will go with Calgary.
Setting ourselves up to get fucked by the Ducks again, potentially. Luke Birch.
Quack, quack.
Uh-oh. Matty Icing.
I'll take the Flamers.
Luke Birch on his own.
Go get that ass whacked.
You want to fly south when I'm done with you, motherfucker. Last game of the week, we got the 46-20-8 Vancouver Canucks taking on the 41-25-8 Las Vegas Golden Knights. Golden Knights favored by 1.5. Vancouver been a little lackluster lately in the covering department. Las Vegas making a strong push towards the end of the season. Ride the fucking wave with Vegas. Mark Wahlberg.
I'm going to go ahead and join you. We're going to ride that wave together, buddy, sir. So I'll give you the Golden Knights.
All those big Las Vegas waves out there.
Mm-hmm. And the desert.
Luke Birch.
I will give Matt one last chance to go alone.
And Matty Icing.
With that, I will take the Canucking Futs.
All right. Matt on his own again. So, Matty Icing is on his own 4 times this week. Out of 2, 4, 6, 8 games. So 50% of the games, Matt is on his own. He's on his own with Florida. He's on his own with Pittsburgh. He's on his own with Nashville. And he's on his own with Vancouver. Luke is on his own with Anaheim. So if all those hit just right, Luke Birch will be tied up with Matty Icing next week.
If not, I double my lead.
This is true. Most likely to be like 3-3 and nothing will change. Lead will stay the same.
I'm not scared of sharks, Luke. There's none in the Great Lakes.
I'm not really sure I'd want to be alone with or in Nashville.
Right?
Are you kidding me? I'd be in the honky tonk bar where my Detroit Tigers at. I'm safe.
Mm-hmm.
Just go hang out at Kid Rock's bar and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Kid Rock's big honky tonk and steakhouse. I gotta look at the menu.
Big ass honky tonk.
Like, you know. Mm-hmm. Why is there a drink special every day on White Russians? I don't understand.
Not serving Bud Light in my restaurant.
Just my
Oh, you know he's not either.
Def Leppard sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It was the only time I laughed at Kid Rock in like a like, oh my god, this guy's so retarded way. And Joe Dirt. I don't know why, just the way he stood there and said, Def Leppard sucks, made me laugh.
I mean, he's not wrong. And upset of the century, they do not have jalapeno poppers.
What?
Well, yeah, it's that damn Mexican food.
Right, yeah. The jalapenos, this is getting a little too close to down south.
Them illegals right there.
It's true. Upset of the week, they actually have salads. So there's more than just one. You got the Caesar, you got the house, you got the wedge salad.
Not a wedge salad.
Mm-hmm.
So you just cut a wedge into things and stick the whole vegetables on there.
Wait. When the fuck did Kid Rock? When the fuck did Kid Rock learn about the word salad?
In prison.
You said cut a. You said cut a hole. I was just imagining a restaurant. Like, I feel like that restaurant, they just fucking feed you through a glory hole.
Yeah. Kid Rock went to
First-
county and they said fucking syrup or jelly, and that's how he found out about salads.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that is it for the NHL this week. And unless anybody has anything else, I guess that is it for us. I mean, until next week.
Mhm.
Once them NHL playoffs are done, though, you guys we'll be on hiatus again. You'll get a nice long break from us. You'll love it, and then we'll come back and you'll be disappointed, but you'll show up because you're cool and you're loyal. We appreciate you guys.
That's
Big
fine.
shout out to Scott, Dirk, and Bobby, and Craig, True North. Anybody else who jumps in, jumps out.
I love Dirk because, like, on an episode, I think like last Thursday, he told somebody to tell us, me and Box, that he had already listened to like 3 other podcasts and wasn't going to be there that night.
Yeah, he told
It's
me
like,
that.
mhm, yeah, that was pretty cool of him.
But then he showed up anyway.
Mhm.
I don't even know if he was in there to hear me selling him out or like to read it on the comments. But yeah, Dirk said
I want
fuck
to-
you guys.
Yeah, like you really didn't have to explain why you were not there. You didn't have to make it worse.
I listened to good podcasts, so I didn't want to tune into this one.
Mhm. As I was listening to Sell a Monster, and I was also listening to somebody review a fucking Hulk Hogan action figure, and I was too busy that day.
Zack Ryder rubbing his nipple. Look at this Hogan figure I got.
I listened to this podcast where 2 Latina ladies review Funko Pops, and they were on live. Couldn't be there, guys. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we might actually like have to talk a little bit of wrestling next week because WrestleMania is this weekend.
It sure
Saturday and
is.
Sunday. I'm gonna watch it because I have Peacock and it'll be free for me, so why not?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, there's nothing else. Let's get the fuck out of here. Appreciate y'all for listening. Anybody who's listening on the playback, thank you. Yeah, right. Tits. Chinaman tits.